Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this edition of Lego Mountain Downhill Diecast Raceway. Made some progress the last week or so on the course, and we're looking at the picture of it right now. Basically, as a quick review, this is a way for me to combine my two of my favorite hobbies: Hot Wheels, cars, and Lego. So it is a Lego city and Lego buildings, etc., but also a downhill track for racing the cars. And I've gone back and forth with all kinds of concepts and decided I really just need to get the track going so I can use it. And I can go back to the decorating part later, and it'll be an ongoing process, of course. I have mixed feelings about the green felt. Simply just hot glued it up to the. I did put up some. Bender board as a background, painted it sky blue. Can't see that very well at all in this picture. It's kind of washed out, but it's a sky blue. You can see it here back in the back corner. It's that way all the way across. And it's just a quick way to fill in these gaps. You can see underneath of these shelves before. And down here you can see an area that it didn't quite fit. I had to custom cut a little piece here, which I don't like either. That'll be changed later, but it's just a quick way to get this going. I kind of like the mountains, how the wrinkles look like mountains, but it doesn't really fit the Lego concept. But can you imagine how much it would cost to make Lego mountains? And that's my original concept, was all of this would be Lego. I mean, it'd be so cool. Waterfall features, and maybe down the road, yes. I think that would be amazing. But, I can't wait another year to be able to afford to do that and not do any racing on the track. So what we are going to do then is just go ahead and finish the track up and basically just go from there. So this is a kind of a top view. I'm standing on a ladder looking down. The cars go down the orange track, fly around corner 1, which is a blue 2-lane corner, and then they come down and transition to the fat track or the wide track. I don't know why there's Lego cars on this. Trying to find a place to put my Lego cars still to display them. So that's part of the process too. So, and in this process, I realized that I was never going to be able to reach up top to clean the track, to work on the track, to pick up cars that crash, or eventually to build the Lego mountains up there. So I decided not to go all the way down on this third downhill, which on a ladder I couldn't reach that. So it turned out to be the best decision that I made. So the track basically comes around, and in corner 2, it flies around here and then down into corner 3, which is a 45-degree corner. Sorry, this is kind of out of order, but this kind of shows you what I'm doing with this. Eventually it comes down, and the finish line will be here. This changed a lot over the last week, just because that's how the track needed to go. Part of the trick here is making sure your cars go the right speed, they don't fly off, or they don't go too slow. And I don't really know that yet, but I think I've got it pretty well mastered. So here we go, looking back at that other view. I was standing on that ladder there. So they go through or past the Lego City, through corner 2, and then into corner 3, which leads in underneath the shelves, which will be, I guess, a tunnel now, into tunnel 4. And this is looking up at the start line. Again, out of order, sorry, but it shows you that I've added some trees and a strip of green grass. I just took some leftover green bases and ran them through the bandsaw, 4 studs wide. Sorry, I have a cold today. And so there was room to put some animals and some trees. And so I've got a grizzly bear, I've got elk, and down further there's a mountain lion. So just kind of cool, makes it a little bit more mountainous. Also, I had this the tree house, the Lego tree house, and I really wanted to incorporate that. But where does it fit? I mean, it sort of fits in the Disneyland theme. I get that. But I really was running out of room. And this tight corner, corner number 2, really is a cool place to put it. So the cars go flying around the treehouse. I love that. Because down below I've got the roller coaster, which has completely fallen apart over the last couple of years. It was literally on the floor of my shed, getting sawdust on it and getting bumped into, and I'm gonna have to rebuild it. And it's motorized. The roller coaster cars actually go. Same with the Ferris wheel. You just turn it on, and the Ferris wheel goes too. So I can have those going during a race, which is pretty sweet. My biggest upgrade was purchasing this timer system, and I mentioned this in a previous video, but the timing system I had only maxed out at 10 seconds, and that was not. This is a pretty big track, so that was not enough, and so I had to bite the bullet and pick up a timing system. I really appreciate this guy's work. 3D printed, laser engraved, did all the wiring himself. And so you basically have a laser that goes across the tracking. See, I cut out these little sections so the laser would go through that area. And when the cars trip the wire, it gives you the time, which adds a whole new element to races. It's just not who gets there first. You can actually document their speed, and then you can match them up later with maybe similar speed cars, and keep track of also track records, which I never thought I would do, but I'm really excited about it. So it basically has this line that feeds over to the start box. The start box is over where the ladder was, and you reset it, and that puts the gates up so the cars don't roll down. And then once you hit start, it starts the timer. And then once the cars go through that laser, it stops the timer. So that's how the system works. And this is kind of how it looks when you got two cars on the track ready to go. So it's a great system so far. It has worked fantastically. I have a video that kind of shows how the whole thing works. So I'm going to turn the sound off, so I'm not talking over myself. Let's see if it loads here. This is not with a GoPro. This is just with my Android phone, which is terrible quality. Come on, load. I had played it before, and it didn't lag like this. But so basically, I hit record, and I show how the reset button works. And there's two cars you can't really see. One kind of bummer about this angle. I wish that this part was on the other side so that the video would always catch that car. But I'll have a GoPro behind it probably. But so JLH Crafts Downhill Racing. I mean, that's the name of the company. So look him up if you're interested. JLH Crafts. And I've bought a couple things from him before. So let's go, little guy. You can do this. Let's go. Oh, it was going. Here we go. Okay, finally it loaded. And so this is just me on the ladder showing you the car, and there they go. One of them crashes in the right outside lane, and the inside lane keeps going, and it makes it all the way to the bottom and triggers. So that's all I really want to happen. And then when I go down there to see the time, it's 10.48 seconds. And so you can see this is one of my faster cars, I think, so far. And I need it to be 10 seconds or more, and that timer will go up to like hours and hours, and so it's not a big deal. So super excited. The cars crash a lot in that outside lane, and I think it's bumping. It's the transition between the track to the corner, and so I'm going to either do some sanding, or all you have to do is bend in the Hot Wheels track. You want to make sure that the track that it's going to is skinnier or bent out, yes, if you know what I mean. So the car that goes down, it never bumps into a sharp edge or a piece of track that's sticking out. So I'm gonna have to kind of fine tune some of that, but that's the update. I think I'm pretty much ready, other than, there's a lot of scenery and Lego work, but I can do that as I go. I think I'm pretty much ready to launch season 1 and keep track of wins and losses and all that great stuff. I can't wait. So hope you follow along, and we can see how these look on video. My next real big task is to set up multiple GoPros and sync them together and find the best angles for sure, and then do some editing and see how it looks as a race. Final note, one thing that I'm a little bummed about is I don't have a jump on the track. So I can always add that later, I think fairly easily, but at this point I'm more worried that the track may not be steep enough for fast action. I know that 3D Botmaker on his channel, he slows his videos down just to make them watchable, whereas I think my cars, the speed that they're going, are fairly watchable as it is. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to change the speed. Luckily that this piece of wood right here where the start is, that is something I can easily just pivot up. I can hinge up, because right about halfway down it splits, and I can just angle it a little steeper if I need some more speed. But we'll find out how it goes, and so stay tuned for race number 1 coming soon on Lego Mountain Downhill Diecast Raceway. Mr. John's out.